Hey folks, this is Matt Doyle, MLSsoccer.com's Armchair Analyst, back with another episode of Between the Lines. Today is going to be the first of a three-part series where we take a look at possession and how it's not always the last pass that makes a difference, but the volume and placement of passes that come before it. Even a 5-yard side pass, back pass, whatever, can change the shape and angle of a team, giving more avenues of attack, and good teams know how to exploit that. The first goal we're going to take a look at is Oriol Rosell's game winner for Sporting Kansas City against Toronto FC back in early September. This is the end of a 13-pass sequence, and it's aided and abetted by some terrible goalkeeping from Freddie Hall. Nonetheless, it's a great example of how patience and clever movement in the final third can punish a team that's trying to bunker. In Toronto's case, they're doing it too passively. It takes 9 passes before they put any pressure on the ball. It happens here when D-mid Aaron Mound checks to winger Kai Kamara. Kamara holds him off, but notice in the background, Soony Saad, the center forward, is surrounded by 4 Toronto FC defenders. He has all their attention, and as it turns out, he's the only Sporting KC field player who doesn't get a touch in this sequence. His decoy run makes Toronto FC flat-footed, so that in the next several passes, there's zero pressure on any of the Sporting attackers. This puts left-back Logan Emery in a position where he has to choose between marking Paulo Nagamura or Chance Myers. He really chooses neither, and he gets no help from any of his teammates. This allows Myers the chance to dribble unimpeded into the box and pick out Rosell, who's made a clever but simple run. The moral of this story is that you can't just put men behind the ball. You have to put pressure on it as well. But, as we're about to see, the pressure has to be smart. In the Colorado Rapids case, the pressure was not smart, and it allowed the LA Galaxy to play what we call a little bit of champagne football, setting up Robbie Keane for a great goal. It's a 14-pass movement with 8 of the 10 LA field players touching the ball. It starts with Colorado putting 5 guys in the attacking half. They're showing balance and symmetry, but no real teamwork or chemistry. This allows gaps that LA are only too happy to exploit as we see them move repeatedly down that right channel. Now here's the real problem. Marcelo Sarvas makes one pass that cuts 4 Rapids defenders out of the play. And because Colorado are so stretched, the defense is already retreating. That leaves just one guy, the recovering Tony Cassio, to try to cut out both Sean Franklin and Christian Wilhelmsson. Now he almost gets a gift when both Wilhelmsson and Franklin take bad touches on the ball, but because he's playing 1 versus 2, he's not able to get a foot on it. LA are just quicker to the ball because of numbers. Lack of defensive cohesion is simply murder against good teams. Let off the hook, LA go right back to work down that right side, and they hit pay dirt when they catch Hendry Thomas, Tyrone Marshall, and Marvell Wynn all ball watching. That allows Landon Donovan to peel off the back line and find space, and few people in the world are as good at doing that and then hitting a one-touch pass in the attacking third as Landon. Robbie Keane makes the right run, gets the right pass, makes the right finish. Now all of this could have been avoided if Colorado's pressure earlier in the sequence was a little smarter and more organized. Tune in next week for part 2 when we take a look at how a center forward's movement can either make or break a long sequence of possession.